Good morning. Happy Monday, November 16th. I'm Timmy O'Neill. Thank you for joining me on Embrace Life. This is your second stimulus check and second stimulus package update. So here's where we stand. Today, the House will be back. The Senate will be back. We know Biden wants stimulus. We know Trump wants stimulus. We know that Larry Kudlow, representing the Fed, says that stimulus needs to happen this year. In order for that to happen, essentially it looks like it's going to come down to, as we all know, both the House and the Senate need to come to an agreement so that the government has funding for state and local before it's too late. So before December 13th, they have to come up to a bill to pass for state and local. Now, these administrations have been known to tag along must-have initiatives along with this so that the government can continue to get paid. There's no layoffs as far as policing and firemen and essential public offices. So the possibilities of a stimulus bill, a full-on stimulus bill, are not likely before the end of the year, but there's a huge opportunity for them and a very good possibility that they tack on stimulus for the people along with the government funding approval. So fingers crossed, but all the stars are lining up for a very good possibility of that happening. It's also been referred by other Republicans and Democrats that that's a high possibility. In fact, the first thing this morning on a couple of the reports that I was watching, specifically this morning for today, that there's about an 80% chance that they're going to tack on something to this initiative to keep open, firefighters, police officers, to keep them from getting laid off. They're not going to want to lose their paychecks. They don't work for free. But yeah, so keep that in mind. I'll keep updating as we go through the day. Let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button below. Subscribe to the channel if you have comments or questions. Get those into me now, and I will look into, as they're posting the updates, I will look into those individual questions and comments. But I'm hopeful that this will happen. This looks like the highest probability. Let's say that they do try to pass a stimulus within the next 3 days, because the House and the Senate are back in session. The House would have to get the bill written and submitted and voted on. Then they would probably have about 24 hours to have it approved by Mitch McConnell to submit to the Congress, and then signed off by the president. President says he's all for stimulus. He wants more Democrat support, which means he's looking more for the Senate approval because they need 60 votes. They're probably not going to look into bigger numbers, at least not for this instance. So I think they're only going to address stimulus. They're not going to address, they may also include small business loans, because really that's where we're hurting the most when it comes to the American people. America was built on, the ideology of you can own your own business, you can live your own freedoms and liberties, but at the same token, you can't pay for your bills if you don't have money, and you can't buy things if you don't have money. And we're about to walk into the biggest marketing time frame of the year. There's also the issue of time constraints, because Thanksgiving is just around the corner. 2 weeks. That's right, 2 weeks. and then you got Christmas, and or the other December holidays. And not for nothing, they are definitely, focused on, purchasing items. This is where the American people spend the most of their money. And you can't spend it if you don't have it. So let me know what you guys think. I'm going to update as we go through the day. This is a pretty important day. We're talking 45 days left in the year, and then 20 days before President-elect takes over office. Now, we're not saying that there's not going to be a stimulus. There's definitely, Biden's going to go for the stimulus no matter what. Right now, there's trouble in the Senate for Biden's initiatives to go through, and Nancy Pelosi's really kind of soured any possibility of getting, a big deal. But as I reported before, Kamala Harris, she was the supporter for the $2,000 a month. Biden said he wanted a $3.4 trillion deal. So let's say we get stimulus passed before the end of the year. That would be a nice little parachute for everybody. And then, when he steps in, presuming the last of the Pennsylvania court issues have gone through, it looks like that's the last state that has any contested election issues on the Trump campaign. As I reported earlier, actually late last night, early morning, Trump's tweet about he won, but he's saying that the election was rigged. That's the first time he's actually recognized or acknowledged the fact that he is, maybe conceding. So, keep that in mind. Time frame. We've got one full week with the House and the Senate in session. Then you got Thanksgiving. As long as something's done before December 13th, which is the mandatory government, basically stating where our government is as far as them getting paid, they could very well tack that on there, or a good possibility that Donald Trump, which he has definitely been vocal over the weekend about getting involved with an executive order, or just willing to push along something for the people. Their big thing is the small businesses, because small businesses have been hit so hard. A friend of mine had mentioned that she tried to go to Olive Garden. I'm in upstate New York, and I was just at Olive Garden for dinner on Saturday, and she tried to go to Olive Garden with her family, and it was more than 4 occupants as far as the party that she was going to dinner with. And at Olive Garden, because New York State has Cuomo pushing his initiative to not having larger parties together, they had to sit separately. So the 2 of their children had to sit at another table, not too far away, but far enough away to not be sitting with their family at Olive Garden for dinner. I mean, on a Sunday. Sorry, guess what? Sunday is the day of rest in my house. If I'm eating with my family, I'm eating with my family, and they're not sitting separately. We have to be close to each other. So I can see where everybody's coming from as far as the anxiety that this is creating and the issues. But as long as we stay patient, calm, and keep the faith, we should be good to go. But yeah, I heard that, and I just had to comment on that. Shayna, I'm sorry I had to blow up your spot. I had no problems, because when I went to Olive Garden, it was just the 2 of us. So I was like, oh, all right, we're going to dinner, and there's not a lot of us, so it was not a big issue. Actually, the one issue I did have is the first restaurant we went to, there was a newly imposed call ahead to get a table. Otherwise, you were waiting 2 hours. And with New York closing their restaurants, bars, and etc. at 10 p.m., That would have been rather difficult getting there at 8 o'clock. So I love and appreciate all of you guys. Let me know what you think of this video in the comments below. If you like my videos, subscribe to my channel and hit that bell for notifications when I do updates. You'll get them. Also, if you share this video on social media and comment below as a subscriber, you'll be eligible for my stimulus check, whichever amount that they approve, which is coming up. And I want to thank everybody for being subscribers to my channel. We're up to about just over 100 subscribers. Before the end of the year, I didn't think this was possible, but yeah, I love and appreciate all of you guys. And as usual, we'll be talking soon.